Michal Noštík je výkonným ředitelem Nizozemského obalového centra, je členem představenta Světové obalové organizace, tajemníkem konzorcia evropských obalových institutů a v současnosti je rovněž nebo podílí se na výzkumu a vývoji balení jako hnacího mechanismu pro elektrické obchodování nebo elektronické obchodování. Kdo budete mít zájem, tak pan Noštík bude mluvit v angličtině, takže kdyby jste nerozuměli, tak bude probíhat překlad a můžete si půjčit sluchátka. Now, you as a packaging professional, if I may say so, if you go to supermarket, are you looking at the packaging?
Yes, I'm looking to the packaging, but it's not so much making my decision on it.
Why not? Isn't packaging important then?
In all honesty, I'm the one who is doing the shopping. My wife is a PhD in toxicology, so I do the shopping at home. And I shifted it. Most of our food we just get delivered at home. We just order, click, 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 click. So I look at the packaging, but then click, click, click. It just gets delivered. And the other thing is the fun shopping. I just do nice things and then I buy what I like to buy.
So if you do the shopping online, does it mean that the packaging actually isn't important anymore then?
Yeah, well, I don't know how it's here in Prague, but in the Netherlands and Belgium is growing very rapidly. The packaging is very important, but mostly the primary pack now. You don't want to carry it all home. So it's important that when it's at home, you can put it in the refrigerator and that it works.
We say, and I'm pretty much sure that you have the saying as well, that the packaging sells. Is it true anymore?
Get less and less.
Why is that?
Because online, if you say, I would like to have a nice Pilsner, Pilsner Urquell, I could click on it. It comes on a lot of different websites. Well, if I say it's a nice price, click. But it should be recognizable when it's coming in my kitchen that it really is the good bottle. Should not be different between the way it's in my kitchen and the way it's on the screen. So in that sense, packaging is important, but not so very much important as it used to be when you had to pick it from the shelf.
But people are still going to supermarkets. So do you think that, or do you assume that people are not buying with their eyes anymore? Has the attitude changed?
Yeah. They buy with their eyes, but also with their wallet and with their brain. So price is important, private label. So then the packages are not so much different, but it's the brand, say Co-op or Lidl or Aldi. On the other hand, sometimes when they are in another mood and buy something special for your wife or for your friend, then you are in another mood. But I think it gets less and less impulse-driven.
Do you think the companies will do or have two packaging then? One for the shelves, and the second one, well, if you buy a Pilsner Urquell, you know that you're going to get the beer, but you don't care about the bottle. So do you think there are going to be two types of packaging? Yeah,
maybe more Christmas packaging or impulse buying packaging and more standard. So the standard milk and the standard grocery goes in the standard pack, and when it's Valentine's Day or when it's Christmas or when it's New Year, something new comes up. I think so.
So what is now the most important aspects of packaging these days in the time of e-commerce?
I would say in food, it's still protection, but it's also communicating more and more with the consumer. So maybe the future will even be that you want to know the ingredients, that you would like to know where it's really from, if it's to be trusted. And in non-food, I think most of the time it's also fun or protection. So when you buy a new smartphone or toys or a new radio, it should be good protected. But it is also the fun factor, I would say.
With the time of e-commerce, it's quite often that people are returning the goods back to the shops. Yeah. Is this thing that has to be recognized within the packaging?
Yeah, well, it's happening, but maybe for you, Lucas, to know there are two aspects of returning. A little question from me to you: why do refrigerators that are bought on Thursday are returned more on Monday than refrigerators that are not bought on Thursday online?
I'm sorry, could you repeat your question? I couldn't
Yeah,
hear
so they sell refrigerators online. Those refrigerators that are sold on Thursday are returned more.
Is that true?
Yes. Do you know why?
No, no idea.
Because they are used in the weekend for the beer party, and then you send them the refrigerator back.
But you still need a good
That's true.
packaging. Okay, well,
Yeah.
in
So,
that
but
case,
the-
but you still need a good packaging then.
Yeah, you need it, but the suppliers know it. So that was my second part of the answer. So then you get the blacklist of, do you know, this guy, this consumer is always sending my Zalando boots back, or is always sending this refrigerator back. So the web shops have their blacklists. Now, oh, Lucas can be trusted, but Michael not. Yeah?
Maybe the other way around. But
Yeah.
all right. But in, let's say, a regular family, if they
Yeah.
order something which they find, I don't know, they don't want it, or it's
Yeah.
it's corrupt,
True.
it's broken.
Yeah.
How the packaging works then, and what is or what should be the packaging of e-commerce then?
Yeah, yeah. So most of the returns are, of course, now not so much that the packaging is not okay, but that they don't like the product. But indeed, really very important. Up to now, the packaging is really bad in how do you say this? Facilitating return logistics. Actually, seeing all these awards here, I think there's a big opportunity for the Czech packaging industry, as you are very strengthened here in logistics, to take that up. Because there are two reasons that you could really make a lot of effort there. First, what's wrong with return logistics? The product has not been going to the shop. Yeah, so there was no storage, no shop, no sell-off in the shop. Secondly, remember somebody who is delivering the product at home to you. Starts with a full van, and at the end of the day, the lorry is empty. So there is also a natural effect for those people to maybe to take something. That's better for their finance, and it's better for the logistics. So I think here, Lucas, also for the Czech people here, return logistics in e-commerce is the thing to go for.
There is another question, which is very much obvious, and it's a question of these days, and that's ecology.
The
Ecology, green.
ecology, yeah.
How the packaging should be
yeah.
in this matter different from the, let's say, the old ones.
Yeah. Okay. So for those of you weren't there, but we had a definition as the packaging center. We have about 600 member companies, and that includes the fact that per definition we throw the package away. Yeah. So it's not a side effect; it's an intrinsic effect that after using it, the pack is empty. So when you take that to its consequences, Lucas, I would say, at the end of the show, you have to be sure that something else done with it. Maybe energy, maybe new materials, maybe other usage. And at the beginning of the show, you should be sure that the sourcing of your materials is adequate. So either you use a material which you can on the longer term get your hands on, or you should get it created yourself. Now one last example, nice for you to know. I'm from Holland. In Holland now, and it will come to Europe, they have these egg boxes. They are made from grass, but not that grass, but really lawn grass.
I would assume if you're
Yeah.
from Holland, then it could be the other
Yeah,
way.
that's why I said it, yeah? So 50%, it's already true. They call greenest. You can buy your eggs now in the Netherlands supermarket in boxes that are made by Huhtamaki. 50% from the grass that is mown by the Natural Reserve in the Netherlands. And they are going to increase it to 90%. Actually, they're going to remove even the recycled paper out of it, because that's too dirty because of the ink.
So what do you
Nice.
think is this the future? Not only for eggs, but I don't know, in the future for plastics bags, for example, and the other way around?
Well, I think the future will be, here comes something politically incorrect, not circular, but spiral. Yeah, I'll do it. So not getting everything back where it starts from, no, because then you should not go and pack it. But go to the next thing. And the future will be that everybody who's in packaging realizes, hey, after I have done my thing, somebody else should be able to do his or her thing. That's the future, to my honest opinion.
If you talk about future, what about intelligent packaging for groceries, for example?
I'm too stupid for that. No. Lucas, what's your definition of intelligent packaging?
I don't know. I can imagine something that would tell me that the grocery is gone, it's bad, or that would tell me, I don't know, that the milk is not stored properly, for example.
Two things. Please don't make it intelligent by put a lot of electronics in it and near field communication and other materials, because then that ends up in the waste stream. Yeah. But how about smartphone packaging interaction? Yeah. Virtual reality is on its way. Actually, we will do a seminar on that. It was really great. So my view on intelligent packaging would be that the combination of the products you buy, Lucas, and yourself together create the intelligence. And maybe by your smartphone or by the coding you know things about the product, maybe from a database, and then it would indeed be intelligent because it would be guiding your decision on what to do next.
But that's not about the packaging then. That is about the features. I don't know, intelligent refrigerator, for example, or something like that. It's not about the packaging, is it?
Well, as long as the milk itself doesn't talk to you, you need a pack.
What about if the pack talk to me?
Yeah.
So what does it say? Well, it's green.
It's packaging, you know. But that doesn't mean that you have to put a lot of electronics and high-tech stuff in the material. That's the important thing. So intelligent packaging is not the same as ultra-complex packaging. And maybe for the audience, those who see us here, if you Google me back 30 years ago, I know how complex things work. I was in semiconductor research. Yeah? But complexity has nothing to do with intelligence. Did you ever last year buy a memory stick? Did you buy a memory stick?
No, I did not.
No, you get them for free. They are extremely complex, but you get them for free. Yeah? So my question on intelligence would be, don't put all the complexity in the packaging material, but look to the consumer, look to yourself, and make it interactive, and make what's useful, do it. That would be my answer.
So you're saying that the packaging will be simple, because you will buy brands, then you will have all intelligent devices that will talk to you about all the for example, groceries. Yeah. Is this the only thing, only future of packaging, or is it in green line as well, or something else?
Yeah, well, there's one thing that's really close to my heart. Well, I just say the word, accessible design. So designing things in such a way that they really can be used properly, you know? Maybe nice example as we saw the Skoda. I know, for instance, the story from the Ferrari. That is a very sleek car, of course. But it is designed in a way that elderly people like me, who have 200,000 euros to spend, can step in. For instance, the chair moves backwards when the fat man moves into his Ferrari. And then back again, you know? Now packaging, it's intriguing because per definition it's closed. Per definition we all first do everything to close it. But the goal is that the contents are to be used. So there comes the big challenge for the packaging community to combine two seemingly contradictory aspects. On the one hand, we must have it safe, e-commerce, to the supply chain, to the user in the kitchen, should be safe, should be closed, should be locked. And then suddenly Lucas and your wife, friend, whatever, or Michael, should say, hey, and now I want to open this beer bottle. Sesame, open you. I think there is really a big opportunity in a society which is aging, where people maybe have less hands, glasses, and more interaction, maybe allergies, that type of stuff. That's a big future perspective I would like to have shared with you. Thanks for your question.
Does it mean that the packaging industry will have to work with the producers of the technical stuff? For example, the refrigerators, that it will not be two separate industries, but it will work together?
Yeah, well, actually in the statutes of our association, they were written in 1953, packaging industry is defined as distribution and so on. And we say the packaging suppliers as a part of the packaging industry. I think you are 200%, 250% right. Everybody has to sort of check in parallel what will happen at the end of the show. And openability and readability is really key.
So will the refrigerator shop itself?
Sorry?
Will the refrigerator do the shopping itself?
Well, who knows? I don't know.
There is one more trend, I would say,
Yeah.
and that is no waste or zero
Yeah,
waste.
zero waste, yeah.
Do you think it is the future as well?
Yeah. Yes.
Why?
Because waste is a concept. Waste is that you didn't think on beforehand. Waste is also a luxury issue. I just told you about this grass egg box. Actually, 60, 70 years ago, also corrugated boxes were made of straw. They're straw carton boxes. So, for instance, the fact that we went to a make once and throw away and don't look around society is not so old. It's maybe 1960, 1970. So let's take another 10 years to get rid of that problem. I'm serious. Yeah, we built a problem since 1960, 1970. Retail, the wheel of retail, you know, sell it fast, sell it cheap, pile them high, Walmart, pile them high and sell it cheap. And nobody then thought, hey, what's going to happen after that show? I think the time will go back that we say, be responsible and know on beforehand what you will do. And by doing that, waste will be going. Because the waste is that you didn't think on beforehand. Waste will be gone in 10 years.
Okay, then zero waste, no package. Will you be out of work?
No, we will do history lessons. But packaging will not be going.
Why?
Yeah?
Well,
I said,
explain me that if there's no waste, why packaging will still survive?
Okay. Well, what I said over the other questions, the milk doesn't talk. The milk doesn't walk to your kitchen. The way it moves is supported by that activity of packaging. So packaging will never, as far as I can see, disappear. Only for music. We used to buy vinyl records in folding cartons, and now it's Skype. Not Spotify. Now it's Spotify. But the materials will stay. The way we treat them, and the way we make our choices, and the way from getting the milk from the cow to your kitchen, that will change in a way that we don't have leftovers in 10 years. And now, maybe to put that in an economic perspective, one of the reasons that this company was shifting to grass was that there is not enough adequate paper anymore. It's all going to China. So it's also a matter of rebalancing your sourcing. I don't know how many oil the Czech Republic has in here in the soil.
Oh, very, very little.
Yeah, neither have we. So we have to think of something altogether. Maybe in whole Europe even. We have to think of something. So maybe waste is the resource of the future. It's nice material.
Well, thank you very much for your answers and thank you for being with me. Thank you.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you. To byl pan Michal Noštík.